All right, so thanks to all of you for submitting tips and sharing videos. I've got additional footage of the person that they are telling us is Tyler Robinson walking through the neighborhood to the north of UVU campus right before this door cam footage that we've all seen. This footage might offer another clue as to whether he acted alone or had accomplices. There is also yet another camera angle of the very moment that Charlie Kirk was shot that you need to see. I'm Zach Costello. A very important lingering question is whether or not the alleged shooter Tyler Robinson acted alone. This video here captured right before he turns the street corner, he takes the left, where this video was captured, cast doubt on the lone shooter narrative. So as you can see here, we're going to go through this. This is allegedly Tyler Robinson walking down the street. This street here that you see is 800, I believe it's 800 South. This is 800 South before he takes the left on 800 West to get to UVU campus. But here he is here, and let's slow this down here as he's walking. You can see here, and this is important, it looks like he reaches into his pocket here and puts something up to his ear. I mean, I'm assuming that this is his phone. Reaches into his pocket, puts his phone up to his ear, and then he continues down, walking to this corner here. Okay, here he is walking to the corner. You can see it looks like he pulls out his phone here again, and then he disappears a little bit behind this pole, which I thought was a street lamp or some type of street pole. I'll show you what that is in a second, but here it is. Look at this. Car pulls up, slows down right next to him, and then pulls back in to the street here. Pulls back in. You can see it merging back in. Hangs out there for a minute. There's the car again. Just a repeat of the video here, then pulls back in. Okay, and then you see him continuing down this street. Now, I went back to verify a couple things, and you can see here, 800 South, he's traveling down there in that photo, and then he takes the left onto 800 North. So let's click on that intersection there. You can see you see that brick retaining wall that he was walking near. That's a good identifier there, and that's the corner right there that he is spotted on, where the car pulls up to his side. Now, that street pole that I thought it was is actually this flag pole here. And then you can see those are likely the cameras here that captured him from this house. Turn the camera around here so we can see where he continued on to down the street. So continues here down this 800 South Road, then takes this left onto 800 West. And it's this road right here where he is captured limping by the door cam footage, which this camera is right there. And then he obviously continues down to UVU campus. Pretty weird though, right? Pretty weird. I feel like that doesn't just happen, especially given the stunt that he was going to pull off a mere 30 to 40 minutes after this footage was captured. I've said this a bunch, and I'll say it again, as it seems like the feds want to accelerate this conviction of Tyler Robinson and execute him quickly. We need him to talk. I understand if footage and evidence is being withheld for trial, but this trial then needs to be public. We need cameras in the room. We need to hear Tyler Robinson talk about everything. Lance Twiggs, his transgender lover, needs to publicly testify, who, oh, by the way, is missing from his home. He's not returned to his home in his neighborhood where he previously lived. He's vanished, according to neighbors. But it's okay. Apparently, the authorities have him in a safe place where he needs to lay low for a while. This stinks. It stinks. After everything that we've been put through by our federal government and mainstream media, this cannot happen behind closed doors. Keeping secrets, keeping this quiet is only going to increase skepticism. And 25, 50 years from now, this is going to end up as another JFK or 9/11 conspiracy. You guys know that I've been through a lot of the camera footage and different arguments being put out there about the Charlie Kirk shooter. I've debunked the body armor claim, and I've debunked the shot from behind. The missing pieces that need to be proven to us is whether or not Tyler Robinson actually pulled the trigger with the .30-06 rifle they are telling us he used. Many have said the .30-06 would have left a massive exit wound, which we know from camera angles from behind it did not. There is another angle I want you all to see here, though. All right, so I've got this blurred as best as possible, and there's nothing gory here. I stop it before that, but I want you to see this angle here. So as you can see, Charlie picks up the mic to address the question right before he's shot, and then you see that? You see that right there? It happens fast. It's slowed down and zoomed in, though. You see what looks like a shock wave hit the front of Charlie's shirt right there, and then the back billows up. Here it is again and again. This looks to me like a bullet from the front going through his neck and into his back, which would correspond to the downward shot angle. The back of his shirt, maybe even his back blowing out. Like that could even be his spine or vertebrae. Let me know what you guys think about this. Yeah, you see that? Here are my thoughts. So I was talking with a close friend of mine who is an active duty, multiple tour Green Beret. He told me that depending on the grain of the bullet, it is possible that if the bullet entered and hit a vertebrae, it is possible for there not to be an exit wound, even with a 30-06. I'm not going to go too much into his history, but he knows the damage that guns can do to the human body. I'm saying this to put all of the information and perspectives out there so that we can find the truth about what happened to Charlie Kirk. Let me know what you guys think. I'm Zach Costello.